I used to play Roblox. Did you guys know that? I found it quite fun when I first got introduced to it. I'd say around 2009, maybe. There was this one game on there that I used to play the hell out of, too. I don't know if any of you guys would have ever heard of it, because I'm talking a long time ago. This game well predates Minecraft. But there was this one game on Roblox that I was so addicted to. I would play it all the time, called Attack of the Slimes. A big strip of land. And at the end of that strip of land, after about 5 minutes, a field of orbs, orb-shaped slimes, I should say, will spawn. And like a marching army, they will encroach towards the opposite end of the strip where you start out. For the first 5 minutes, you've got time to use an entire palette of different Lego-type bricks and whatnot to build walls, to build scaffolding and bridges, and everything you can possibly build. Your goal being to try and survive the flood of slimes that, when they come in contact with these blocks, slurp them up. Like, you can see the slimes start to get filled up with each individual block. It was a really cool effect. It was like they were made of glue, and the blocks would just get stuck in the balls. And it was really fun to just, like, try out different strategies, even just to chat with the people. That it would usually be like 5 or 6 people in one lobby, so it was a really cool, chill little game to just chat with people in. And as the game got older, it had more of a dedicated cult fan base, so like when you met someone playing that game like years later, it was like, hey, you know what's good. It's like, hey, you know what's good. And you could always get along pretty well. It was a good icebreaker that you were just playing that game together. One of my favorite Roblox games, so don't get me wrong, okay? I'm no Roblox hater, alright? I did stop playing it when I was around 10 because I discovered Minecraft, and it just completely consumed me. I really had no desire to play Roblox anymore after I got into Minecraft. It was just... It just scratched the itch of what Roblox scratched for me way better than Roblox did. And I did not think much about Roblox for many years after I got into Minecraft. But then it had a pretty significant resurgence around 2018. Like, people really started playing and talking about Roblox again, or at least maybe that's just when it came back into my peripheral view. And since then, it seems like it's only been getting more and more relevant, and I'd argue that right now, Roblox is kind of at its peak, its all-time peak, which is pretty impressive, you know, for somebody who once played it and stopped a long time ago to find out it's just now hitting its peak. It's like, wow, that's crazy how early of an adopter I was to that thing that ended up being so popular. I'm glad I didn't follow through on it, though. I don't really enjoy Roblox all that much, and I feel kind of vindicated for not playing it too much when I was a kid, because as it turns out, Roblox is notorious for harboring an immense amount of groomers. Now, to an extent, I sympathize with Roblox as a company. Their goal was to create a platform that could host games made by, in many cases, and for kids, and be appropriate for kids, be a safe, fun environment that kids could hang out, play games together, get along, make friends, have like a friends list, and message each other, and it's almost like a social media site and game platform mixed together. It was supposed to be a kid's dream, right? Well, I guess it is a kid's dream, but ideally, it would be. The problem is, if you are servicing primarily children, and your website doesn't, say, require, like, I don't know, an ID verification or something over-the-top extreme like that, there's no real way of guaranteeing that, you know, half your users aren't kids while the other half are adult predators poaching for children to go after, right? And so, Roblox is in a tough situation. With a user base of primarily children, there are a lot of measures that they have a responsibility to take to protect their user base. And then on top of that, just the fact that they have so many kids on their platform means that they have to worry about this a lot more than most other platforms. And so, there's been a big scandal circulating because of this. Because Roblox has not exactly done a great job of mitigating the predator issue on the platform. In fact, they're doing it so badly that compared to other platforms like Facebook and YouTube and Twitter, platforms that have way fewer minors using them, Roblox reports fewer predators and groomers and like questionable people to federal authorities than any other site. Any other social media site. Roblox does it less. There's no other mainstream social media site that does it less than Roblox, as far as I'm aware. That's right, folks. It's a little fishy. It seems like maybe Roblox isn't doing their due diligence, and there's a reason why Vigilante, Roblox pedo hunter content, has blown up as of late, getting as big as it has been, to the point now where one, I believe the largest of these Roblox Chris Hansens, was banned by Roblox in retaliation for the fact that his good deeds and vigilantism were bringing bad press to Roblox because he was making them look bad for doing their job better than they could as owners of the platform, and they decided to ban him, while also putting out the most audacious statement you can imagine. Imagine you get banned specifically for being a vigilante that hunts pedos on a platform, and then that platform puts out a public statement more or less saying that vigilantes who hunt and expose pedos are just as bad as the pedos themselves. Because that is exactly what Roblox did. And if you don't believe me, let's watch the first bit of this Internet vs. Roblox video by Internet Versus. Great channel. Highly recommend you go check them out. Before we get into the article I want to get into involving a lawsuit against Roblox that's coming out of, I believe, Mississippi, over this issue of not properly moderating the platform to protect children. Because this is kind of wild and kind of terrifying. It's sort of become a meme at this point that Roblox is full of predators and children, so it's... Oh, it was Louisiana, I'm sorry. You can imagine why Mississippi and Louisiana would, like, mix up in my head, right? Like, you guys can probably guess why I mixed them up. Easy to confuse states.
The story with Roblox and Schlepp has continued to develop, with now large creators like Creecraft leaving Roblox's star program, sacrificing potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars in the name of taking a stand. Along with this, the Attorney General of Louisiana has filed a lawsuit against Roblox, alleging that the platform is growing
There it is. That's the topic that we're going to be reading a whole article about that. Because this video, from what I've seen, doesn't really go deep on that topic. Just kind of acknowledging it happened. I want to go deep into the lawsuit. I want to read about it and find out, like, what that's all about. Because there's some articles about it, so we're going to read that. Read one of those articles after we get the sort of updated on the situation by Internet Versus. Very good channel, by the way. Once again, go check him out. Go drop a like on his stuff. Also, drop a like on my stuff if you're feeling kind. Did you guys know that only about 10%, on a good day 20, if we're really lucky, percent of my viewers like my new videos? I'm definitely thankful for it, but if you guys can up that to a higher percentage, then YouTube's algorithm is definitely going to treat the video and the channel after quite kindly for it. So I appreciate everybody who leaves a like on my stuff as well. Anyway, let's get back to it.
Exponentially from exploiting children. Schlepp also put out a long statement with his law firms going into his past involving Roblox and his own grooming, and revealed the lawyers that he has on retainer ready to go for legal action against Roblox, with one of the firms saying they've gone against very wealthy people such as Jeffrey Epstein. Chris Hansen is also getting thrown into the mix, allegedly making...
Wait, not in 2005, right? This isn't the one who fucked up going after Epstein and failed, right? Like, that's important distinction.
A documentary on the situation, but some people are critical of him given how he's handled these situations in the past, such as with Uninstall. Welcome to the Internet versus Roblox's destruction. It starts off when Ruben Sim tweets out, Roblox has begun a ban wave against Schlepp-related items, including a hat uploaded over a year ago. And you can see all the various items here, a lot of them saying free Schlepp, but one being Schlepp's cape from...
I love this. Free Schlepp. They literally banned this guy because his vigilantism was making Roblox look bad. And then on top of all that, and you'll see this in a moment, Roblox puts out a public statement more or less claiming that vigilantes catching predators on their platform are just as bad in the same ways as real predators. Like, Roblox really failed to read the room on this one.
from 1 year ago, deleted.
Mind you, this company is pure evil, might I remind you all. Like, awful corporation that runs Roblox. The product itself is pretty cool, and when I played it back in like 2008, 2009, I think it was run by different people and a much smaller team, much more of an indie project back then, though I could be wrong. I don't know much about Roblox and how it got made. I just played it a lot when I was a little kid. However, what I do want to point out is that a little while ago, a couple years ago, there was a big drama over the fact that Roblox pretty explicitly does child labor. Like, many of their game creators and cosmetic creators, like all these cosmetics you see on the shop that you can buy for Robux, or I think they still do tokens maybe. All these different cosmetics are made by players, and then they're sold for a sort of... it's like V-Bucks, where you can go into the app and pay real money to buy a currency that you then have in your like wallet on the account, and then using that currency you can buy items for in-game. And when you make a thing like a sword or a hat or even a game, and people pay you for it in Robux, you get that script, let's say. It's not script, it's script. You get paid that script, and you're then like you do have ways, I think, to transfer it into real money. There may be a way to pay out with Robux into real cash, but it's after a certain threshold that most creators, like the vast majority of creators, can never hit, which means they never get to actually withdraw the money they've made. I think it's once they've made $100 worth of Robux. And remember, the Robux are always there in your account, and the game is always teasing you to say, hey, why not spend your Robux on some cosmetics or some games or some custom ranks or whatever. And so you might make a successful game or sell a bunch of copies of a really nice cosmetic you make, but before you can make 100 Robux worth, you cave and, spend $50 worth of Robux on cosmetics, and now you're way further away from having enough Robux to cash out and have real money for your work. And it's a really awful practice when you consider that so many of these creators are working themselves, their children working themselves to an illegal limit if they had a boss making them work those hours. And it's not just because they're children. If they were adults, it would be illegal hours as well. Like there's a limit to how much you can force people to work. It's absolutely dangerous what these kids are doing themselves, all with the hope of some financial success through Roblox, because it's a dream job for them. It's not too dissimilar to how a lot of people treat YouTube or TikTok or Twitch. It's a dream job, and when corporations do the things they do to try and, exploit the users of their platform that are trying to make a living off of it, it's some pretty dark stuff. And people will torture themselves to try and get ahead in the Roblox cosmetic or Roblox game making genre. So this is not a good company. They deserve the heat they're getting. Make no mistake.
Due to violating a Roblox policy. And Dababar replies, again, doing more against Schlep than PDFs. Fuck David Baszucki. Then Roblox RTC tweets out, Ruben, Sim, and Schlep are officially involved in an ongoing legal situation with Roblox. And Gurmit replies, Ruben was also unrightfully banned from Roblox. And Kolop says, isn't he transphobic and harassing people who wear a Gubby shoulder pal? And Anime Memers replies, are you like retarded? He literally said he doesn't support people sending out hate. Lulu quote tweets RTC with this gif in the caption, Schlep is staring at Ruben Sim because he somehow turned it into banning furries instead of ensuring platform safety. And MJ was here replies, the usual suspects, he, she, they, etc. in bio, furry PFP, and village.
Oh, come on. Well, what can you expect? It's Twitter.
Replies, this is still ensuring platform safety. And Lulu says, rage bait or genuine sentence? Can't tell. Nelly on funny quote tweets RTC and says, how's Schlep gonna be staring at Ruben when the Roblox lawyer starts bringing up the time he defended 2 PDFs and the tweets where he calls 16-year-olds are victims? And Lemonette replies, honestly, Schlep gives me bad vibes. I really appreciate that he's done actual work to put PDFs in cells, but the way he presents his videos in the most slapshit commercialized way possible and his open association with Ruben Sim really irk me. And Chaotic Sonic replies, Predator Catcher gives you bad vibes. And Antonia Caesar user says, this guy got groomers arrested, but I don't like his video editing and his acquaintances. He's pretty sus. And Luminette replies, I think making a slob farm spectacle out of child abuse and associating with someone who's defended child abusers is bad, actually. It's a serious topic that should be handled with a degree of maturity. I don't think that's very controversial to say.
I'm gonna be honest. The older I get, the less I'm like, oh my god, we have to treat this topic with so much sensitivity. It's like, no. I mean, if you end up, like, getting a pedo in a sting operation, and there's no actual child at risk of being harmed, you just got the pedo, and you're gonna catch them red-handed trying to get with what they think is a kid, no one's getting hurt if you turn it into a spectacle of entertainment. All right, people like a little bit of revenge fantasy, a little bit of revenge porn. You know, it's fine. Okay, vigilante, like anti-pedo vigilante content is fine. I used to see it kind of as a guilty pleasure of mine to watch videos of pedos getting exposed or like arrested or caught in sting operations. Think like the EDP thing. But I no longer see it as a guilty pleasure anymore. It's like no, this is them in most cases, ideally, preventing them from accessing a child, at least for that moment. This is time they would have otherwise spent finding a real kid to groom. Even if there is no arrest coming out of it, you know, I think it's fine to enjoy the entertainment of it, you know? It's good content. Let's not deny that hunting down pedos is good content. The looks on their faces when they think that they're the predator and then they find out they're the prey, oh my god. Nothing beats that. The vibe of seeing their face change when they realize the situation. It's a classic when they come into Chris Hansen's little box and he says, "Why don't you have a seat?"
Sanctuary replies, he didn't defend two PDFs. Both situations with Natharix and Kaneko Kitten were when they were still happening. He stood by his friends until he reasonably couldn't anymore. But in other news discussing film also tweeted out that Chris Hansen is working on a documentary that will investigate Roblox's handling of child safety issues. Pixie quotes discussing film and says, this is the equivalent.
Isn't Chris Hansen, like, disgraced as fuck, though, at this point? Like, hasn't he fallen off, like, several times over? Like, people keep on saying, oh my god, Chris Hansen is investigating so-and-so, and it's like, when has any of his investigations, since he joined YouTube, when have they been, like, a thing that ended up, like, with anything coming of it? Like, no one ever even talks about his investigations once they happen, only that he is currently doing an investigation. So I don't know. I feel like it's going to be a nothing burger. Like, Chris Hansen, I don't think he has the connections to find out what's going on at Roblox anymore, but I could be wrong.
Equivalent of sending in a retired Delta operator for one last boogaloo. And Fish quote tweets them saying, oh, Roblox is fucked. And Marza replies saying, why don't you take a seat, David? And Caitlin replies, he's going to mess everything up. Chris Hansen is not the gay Chad you all think him to be. He messed up the—
Yes. This person, finally someone speaking sense. Like all that glazing we just had to listen to, and finally somebody with a brain. Oh my lord. Thank you, Salen Risu. The Squirrel VTuber.
Onision investigation and showed just how much of an opportunist he is. And Trace replies, remember how
the
badly he
Onision
fumbled investigating Jeffree Star? He basically didn't focus on any of the serious allegations that actually mattered. And Meme Bastard says, he smells money. And Chris Hansen also tweets out this video with the caption, it's true, we are all over the Roblox story.
You may have heard that my streaming crime network, True Blue, and I are investigating the exploitation of children on the popular gaming platform Roblox. Well, it's absolutely true, and we're deep into it. I've already interviewed law enforcement investigators and victims of this horrible activity. And we have some collaborators, some people who've been working in this space, including Schlepp, who have committed to help us in this endeavor. Will Roblox actually say anything about it? Will it make any changes? We're going to do our best to hold them up.
Dude, he's never looked the same after his encounter with the Booty Warrior. I'm telling you. You just see it in his eyes. He's never been the same after that.
Accountable. Stay tuned. We're working hard on this project.
Along with this dropping, the Attorney General for the state of Louisiana, Liz Murrill, tweeted out, breaking, today I'm suing Roblox, the #1 gaming site for children and teens, and a breeding ground for predators. Due to Roblox's lack of safety protocols, it endangers the safety of the children of Louisiana. Roblox is overrun with harmful content and child predators because it prioritizes user growth, revenue, and profits over child safety. Every parent should be aware of the clear and present danger posed to their children by Roblox so they can prevent the unthinkable from ever happening in their own home.
I'm not gonna lie, my mom was smart enough and tech savvy enough when I was a little 9, 8, 9, 10-year-old to be like, so this is an online game. That's already a little risky. But then on top of that, you sign up and include a bunch of personal information required to sign up and make an account. That's also a little sus. And then on top of that, the game has the capability for players to friend each other and then send private messages to each other outside of the game and potentially contact each other on other platforms too. My mom was like so sussed out by that. And I think like a friend of hers, one of their kids ended up like talking to some groomer on Roblox or something. I might be misremembering, but yeah, like Roblox has kind of notoriously had this problem because the format of the site, the format of the platform itself, it's exciting and cool when you're a kid to have basically a social media games platform for kids, but that attracts predators. You know, it's just dangerous to have a platform formatted that way, and then to facilitate private messaging on top of that. And then on top of that, Roblox has made a ton of other blunders in the past that blatantly, clearly, and they've admitted it, endangered their audience, such as adding voice chat to the game. Remember that disaster? I think they removed it or changed how it works because it was a problem from what I remember when they added it to the game. I love voice chat. Don't get me wrong. Proximity voice chat is great, but when they added that to Roblox, apparently they removed it fast from what I remember.
Schlepp replies adding Ken Paxton, the Attorney General for Texas, and saying, consider doing the same in Texas. Ruben Sim also adds Arizona's Attorney General and says, please consider doing the same for Arizona. Savvy replies, the ESRB has failed and it is not useful. Games should not be allowed to be marketed to children if there is peer-to-peer forms of communication. Voice typing shouldn't be marketed to kids under 16. Parents.
That's a good point. That's a good point. The ESRB really shouldn't exist anymore. It's really true. Like, the fact that we still see games with that little ESRB rating on them, I feel like it's kind of become iconic to gaming in America to see that little logo. It's like, you know, you almost know, like, right away, like, you see that symbol and you associate it with video games. Like, E, T, M, whatever it is, right? But, like, it's kind of stupid. And, like, there are a lot of rated E games like Minecraft that are played mostly online. Roblox is rated E, played mostly online. Like, I feel like any online capability where you can chat with other people, I agree, it should mandate at least a T rating. No matter what the content of the game itself is, if you can have any online interactions that the player can, you know, disable any parental controls on just easily, it should be rated T. Like, if we're gonna have an ESRB rating system, of course.
Need to freaking parent their kids, not let the internet raise them. You don't achieve this with age verification, you change it by promoting a different culture and working to make it easier for families to function on single-family incomes.
Did you see that with the British age verification, they're requiring for, like, I think it's porn and a bunch of other shit right now? People are using their Death Stranding 2 copies for the facial ID, because the face scans and the face movements and animations and everything for Norman Reedus are so real that when you go into photo mode and you have like a whole list of faces you can have Norman Reedus make in the photo mode, and so when you use the face AI verification, you can hover over or take a picture of Norman Reedus' face or take a video of it, and then using the photo mode, when it asks you to, I don't know, roll your eyes, you hit the button that makes Norman Reedus in game for the photo mode roll his eyes. Or if they tell you to smile or frown, you make him smile or frown or touch his nose. All the things they could possibly ask you to do are things you can do in the photo mode for Death Stranding 2, including face movements, even like blinking and stuff. So they're using Norman Reedus in Death Stranding 2 to get through the age verification. That shit is so funny.
Mike Dizzle replies, so parents are doing a shitty job and sue a company that makes games? Solid logic. And Freakmonger replies, I can tell by your tweet you don't even know what Roblox is, do you? Liz continues to tweet out saying, this is another experience that children can be exposed to on Roblox. Public bathroom simulator. Attaching this screenshot of public bathroom simulator with 20.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like that one might have been that particular game might be a meme. Like I think the joke is literally like we're better to hang out and just chat than a public bathroom. No one's whipping out their Roblox cock and just like pissing a fat stream into the urinal. You know, it's not like anyone's cock looking in the. It's just fart noises in the background. Yeah, I don't think this one's a little bit of a stretch. I'm not gonna lie. Here, let's read the article from Roblox lawsuit. Let me bring up the article really fast. Oh wait, we have a response. Oh shit. On Roblox.com from Roblox Corporate. Roblox responds to Louisiana AG lawsuit. All right, Attorney General of Louisiana is suing Roblox. This is their response, guys. Roblox as a company does not comment on pending litigation. However, the company would like to address erroneous claims and misconceptions about our platform, our commitment to safety, and our overall safety track record. You see, I'm doing a Southern slave owner voice because Roblox does child slavery. Every day, tens of millions of people around the world use Roblox to learn STEM skills, play, and imagine and have a safe experience on our platform. Any assertion that Roblox would intentionally put our users at risk of exploitation is simply untrue. No system is perfect, and bad actors adapt to evade detection, including efforts to take users to other platforms where safety standards... I'm not going to do the voice anymore, I'm sorry, I'm losing it. Where safety standards and moderation practices may differ. We continuously work to block those efforts and to enhance our moderation approaches to promote a safe and enjoyable environment for all users. At Roblox, we are constantly innovating safety tools and launching new safeguards. In the past year, Roblox has introduced over 40 new features to protect its youngest users and empower parents and caregivers with greater control, including updated parental controls, stricter defaults for users under 13, and new content maturity labels. How do you confirm whether or not a user is over or under 13? By the way, Roblox, is it in any way that would be verifiable? If any teenager could just select that they're 18 years old and none of those effects happen on their account, then what do those changes matter? Like, they're kind of easy to bypass at the end of the day. The big criticism of Roblox, though, is still fundamentally, and they won't acknowledge this, they never will, is the fact that there have been record number of groomings that have taken place on Roblox and record low amounts of reports from Roblox corporate of groomers and predators to the federal government. Less than on any other mainstream social media platform, and those platforms do not have a lot of kids on them compared to Roblox, so it's definitely sus that Roblox supposedly, according to them, sees less groomings go down than Twitter and Facebook, which have, like, no kids on them. So I doubt that. I don't believe that. So, one thing I do want to point out as well is this absolutely hilarious line. For inappropriate content, our trust and safety team takes swift action, typically within minutes, to address violative material, and accounts are removed through AI scans. Oh, fantastic. User flags, and proactive monitoring, with a dedicated team focused on enforcement and swift removal. For instance, Diddy experiences violate our real-world sensitive events policy, and we have a dedicated team working on scrubbing that content from the platform. Have you guys done the Roblox Diddy experience? You're not allowed in unless you bring a bottle of baby oil. Dude, do you want to know why they arrested Diddy? It wasn't because of any of the sex trafficking or rape or whatever. It was actually because when you gather that much baby oil together, it's highly flammable. And they were worried that, like, his baby oil collection would be powerful enough, if ignited, to, like, basically nuke the entire city. Not sure if you guys are aware of that, but just a little fun fact I thought you guys should know before I wrap up this video. Anyway, folks, if you enjoyed this segment, if you found it fun, likable, entertaining, educational in any way, whatever, you'd like to call it, then please consider leaving a like and a comment down below. Every thumbs up and comment really does help my streams and videos immensely in the algorithm. You guys have no idea. It really does help. Like I said before, only about, on a good day, 20% of you guys end up liking my new videos and my streams, and I appreciate those likes, make no mistake, keep it up. But if we can increase that percentage even higher, that would be huge. Most conservative channels, from what I've seen, about 40% of their viewers around there on average like their videos, so we've got to double our numbers to get as much engagement per capita as what the average conservative channel I looked at gets. We got some work to do, but if you guys want to support the channel, hit those like buttons. I appreciate it. Same goes for comments. It's basically the best way to affect the YouTube algorithm. Excuse me. And of course, if you want to see more from me in the future, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell icon to turn on all notifications so YouTube actually tells you when I go live or I upload new videos in the future. Yeah, let's up those numbers, exactly. And of course, if you want to see more from me on other platforms, be sure to follow my social medias linked down below in the description. Particularly my fan Discord, as that is the main hub of my fan base and community. I host gaming events, call-in streams, watch parties, or movie nights there every Friday, every week, so if you don't want to miss it, make sure to join through the link down below. You will not regret it. And if you would like to support me directly, financially, help me keep the lights on and a roof above my head here at the Xander Hall studio, then please consider donating, subscribing, or gifting a sub to somebody else on my website, xanderhall.com/live, or support me through YouTube, Twitch, Streamlabs, Stream Elements, Patreon, or buy some custom Xander Hall merch through the Streamlabs link down below. Regardless of how you support me though, thank you all so much for watching, as always, and have a good one.